for yours?
Recording in progress. Every time I join like a Zoom or a Google Meets or Teams meeting at work, always recording in progress.
That's annoying.
It's a nice little soothing voice to let you know everything you say is being recorded, and here we are being recorded,
Yeah.
but by
But I
choice.
was about to say this is
By choice,
intentional.
yeah.
No waivers
Hello.
needed. So today is how many days before your big day?
My big day,
November 13th,
top surgery dates.
top surgery date. We're creeping up on like a month away.
Yeah, so that's exciting. That's exciting.
That's what we're here to talk
I feel like
about.
I will officially, like, start, like, a bigger gulp or gasp once we get to, like, October 13th, which is basically the end
Yeah.
of the weekend or
Yeah.
whatever. Um,
Because that'll mark like really truly one
or
month.
yeah, and that's when shit gets real. That's when it gets real for me because, well, 1, I have to have the surgery paid in full 30 days before my
We
appointment.
have it like written on the calendar. Pay for surgery.
Yeah. So I have to call and pay, which, thankfully I was able to get a loan because fuck you insurance, fuck you health
Yeah.
insurance that does nothing for me. But yeah, that's gonna get real. And, just all of the planning that's going into it.
I feel like October, what is it, the 17th? What is our pre-op appointment?
Oh, the 29th.
29th. That's the day that I feel like it's gonna be like, "Oh my god,
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be real.
it really is
It's gonna be real.
happening." So, we wrote questions
Yeah.
to ask each other.
Mhm.
You haven't seen the questions I wrote, though?
Nope, I shared mine. Mine for you are very,
Kinda surface level. I
surface level.
feel like
I
they
could have gone
can't.
deeper, but I think after I'll be able to, like, ask deeper questions. No?
I just almost took that in a very different direction. Hmm,
Bye.
I feel like after, yes, there will be opportunity for more questions. I feel like right now I'm just kind of in like prep mode to help you the best I can.
Yeah,
And then like mentally for me it'll
but your
be
thoughts matter to me, so I even while these are, like, a little bit surface level, like, I think we should just get into them.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask first or you want me to ask first? Actually, I want to go first
Oh, yeah,
because
okay.
I have a bonus question too, and
Okay.
I
So
kind of
are you
want to
gonna
fit
run
it
through
in.
all you like,
No,
how
I'm
many
gonna
do you
ask
have?
you one, and
Okay,
then you can ask me.
got it.
Okay, so choose 3 to 5 words that you would use to describe how you're feeling about top surgery right now.
Okay. 3 to 5 words.
Yeah.
Ready.
Okay.
I feel mentally ready for this to happen. I have set my, thoughts and mind and future, all of it, on even to the point of thinking, like, when I'm doing this next year, I will have had my top surgery. That will be a year behind me, and, like, things like that. So ready is, like, one
The
that comes
first
to the
one.
first one
Yep,
that comes to
I
mind.
like it.
Um, nervous,
Mhm.
obviously.
Naturally.
Naturally, I'm nervous. There's a lot of things that are out of my control, one being, like, how I end up looking,
Mm.
after the surgery, and I'm putting my trust and, all of the things in the surgeon that I've chosen, and so, like, yeah, I have a little bit of nerves, obviously, going into, to that, and, like, how comfortable it's gonna be when I get home after surgery, like, I'm nervous about that,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's anything I can't get through.
Yeah, and I don't think it's anything abnormal. I would feel the same way.
Mhm,
I mean, it's a big, scary thing to do in some ways, so I think the fear of the unknown is what gets to people.
mhm. And then I'm excited. I'm very I like, everything out of everything, I'm, like, the most excited. I'm ready and I'm excited naturally. Um, even just, like, binge watching,
Wayward.
Wayward over the weekend and seeing representation for top surgery with Mae Martin, and they looked amazing,
Yeah.
and that made me even more excited, not just because, like, I'm thinking, "Oh, I wanna look like that." I'm thinking, let's keep"
Normalize
yeah,
it. Make it more
normalize it."
normal so that people can feel the most comfortable with themselves no matter what they look like or what
Mhm.
they chose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I thought
I'm really
that
excited.
that show was a great representation that we don't have enough of. I think your 3 words are good.
Yeah?
I think they're exactly what I expected.
Mhm.
I think I feel the same way. I'm nervous too.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
I'm
then that
nervous that I'm not gonna be a good enough nurse.
oh my god.
I'm serious.
Okay. So my question was, how are you feeling since me being, like, on this journey? Like, I know it's not just me that it's affecting, it's you too. So, like, how are you feeling?
Um, Mostly, like I said, just, like, in prep mode. Like, yesterday when you were like, "I feel like we're nesting," that's what I feel like I'm doing mentally, is just, like, "What do I need to get ready? How do I need to make it the most comfortable for your recovery part of it?" I think that's where
Mhm,
my brain goes. Um, I think I'm excited for you. I've even picked up on little things that you do differently right now that you didn't do before, like, I'm just like, the other night when you wore a tighter tank top with no bra, absolutely no bra on or binder or anything, and I can see you being like, getting to the point where you just don't care
mhm.
because your head is already post-surgery,
100%.
and everything that we've talked about when it comes to, like, plans or, like, you expressed to me a couple of the things that we have coming up before surgery that are, like, more public things, like,
Mhm.
wanting that to be like, already have your surgery for those events. I just see your head already in a place of, like, it's happening, so I don't fucking care about, like, being more myself, I
Mhm,
guess.
mhm.
Not having to feel like you have to hide.
Yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that because I just wanna say, yes, I did wear a full, like, a ta
Okay, so, like, imagine the tighter halter top tanks that I wear often with a bra, and you can still see through them, like, quite a bit. Kirby never goes anywhere without a binder on, y'all.
like, binder right now, I have a binder on
And
right
they
now,
were
you can't
sporting around the house, like, we didn't go anywhere like that, but you were sporting it around the house, like, just totally natural, like, just existing.
I think I've gotten to the point where binders have worked extremely well for me, to have the gender euphoria that I want when I'm wearing a t-shirt or a button down, what have
Mhm.
you, right? It's helped. I think I'm now that I have my surgery date and I am at the end goal of that, um, I am so ready to, like, be done with the binder. Now, it's interesting because after you get the surgery, you are strapped up in a binder for, like, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So the binder's not going away
So it's
the
probably a
second
good
I get
thing you're
surgery
used to
done.
wearing it.
Yeah, but there's nights where I'm just like, "Yeah, like, set them free." Like, I can set them free right now, the best I can, but
Mhm.
I will, like, completely November 13th set them free
Mhm.
and send them on their way. They've served their purpose, but, it was I looked at myself several times in that tank top, more than you probably even realize, and I'm talking, um
Okay, I'll admit though, I looked at you more than you realize too.
like, even in the reflection of the microwave or different things throughout the house, like, I looked at myself, and there were moments where I thought, like, when I was allowing myself to feel comfortable in that, I thought, "Maybe I could keep them." And which is normal. It is
Yeah.
normal to go back and forth and think, "Do I want this? Do I not?" It's normal when you're, like, planning a family or, like it's just normal, so I wanna, like, normalize that thought. Um
It's like cold feet before marriage.
Right. But you better not have no cold. Let me feel your feet. No, they warm, they warm. But yeah, so, like, I looked at myself a lot. I was also very much aware that we were in front of one of our teenage boys,
Mhm.
and that to me, you know, there's a part of me that wants to normalize, all the stages. I am changing in real time. I am on this transition in real time in front of a lot of people,
Mhm.
not just at home, but at work, in public, with you guys, like a lot of people. And so there are moments where I'm like, you know what? Like strip away the thoughts and questions that people might have of what's Kirby hiding under their shirt today. Like, let it be. Just
Yeah.
let it be. And there's some days I'm just very feeling safe with just letting it be.
Yeah, just I am who I am.
Yeah. So that was one of those and
I'm
I'm
proud of you for that.
glad you picked up on that.
Yeah, I did. I pick up on everything. That's how I feel though, excited for you and just, I hope that you're a quick, like, you see all the different stories of it takes some people a long time to get back to a normal life, and then it takes some people days, and you're like, "Holy shit, you look and feel great so quickly." And I'm just, like, manifesting the best in my head and preparing to be, the person that you need and the support that'll help you get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think where I'm at is, like, wanting to bounce back is more mentally.
Mhm.
Now, I wanna obviously be in the best shape and, like, have the body I want. Everybody wants the body they want, in their mind.
Yeah.
But just, like, after giving birth and you're like everyone's like, "Oh my god, you look great. You can't even tell you had kids," and just kind of, like, surpass, like, all of the mental, like, struggles and the postpartum and all of the things that come along with, like, a really big change,
Mhm.
however you look at it, and I think there just needs to be more time for, like, mental growth
Yeah.
and healing, mental healing, and that's where I wanna spend that's the muscle I want to flex the most is my mental muscle.
I like the way you worded that.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's good. You should write a book.
Okay.
Second
Mm.
question, stage is yours.
Oh, really?
Or is it my
It's
turn?
your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2. I don't remember what I wrote. Okay. Mm. I wrote, "What has helped you through some of the nervous or anxious feelings when they do arise, and what helps shift from a scary what if mindset to a more exciting what if
Mm.
mindset?" Like, I guess, how do you mentally work through the lower or more
Mhm.
fear-mongering
Yeah,
thoughts, and what helps you get through that?
that's a great question. I think first and foremost, having other non-binary, transgender friends who have also had top surgery, tell me that my fears and my thoughts are valid.
Valid, yep.
That is one thing that I remind myself often. Just like when I was coming out and I struggled with like it's hard for me to like hurt somebody's feelings, right? You're coming out, you're leaving this person, you're flipping your whole world upside down. I constantly and still have to do this today remind myself it's not my responsibility. It is not my responsibility to make someone else happy. It's not my responsibility to do X, Y, and Z. Now, in this my journey of like having top surgery, I remind myself like having feelings like looking at myself in the mirror with a full chest
Mhm,
is valid to have certain feelings and certain connections. You are going to grieve the loss of something you want. It's okay.
mhm,
And so just that has been um one of the biggest things I've held on to is just when it gets really loud, when the noise just doesn't want to shut down and I start thinking like all of the thoughts of like, what is this person going to think? What are they thinking about me? How does this affect my children? How does this affect their, father's opinions of me or like different things like that? I just remind myself that um it's not my responsibility to worry about what everybody else thinks and feels about me, and it is valid to have the feelings that I have while I'm going through all of these new changes in
mhm.
front of everybody on display.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any right or wrong way to feel. I think it's all, you know,
There's no right and wrong,
situational and
and,
it's
like,
yeah.
yeah, everybody's different, and I think that, um, the people that I've met in the queer community of people who have had top surgery or even people sharing their stories of bottom surgery or other types of surgery that they've had and just in normalizing it and talking about I found somebody yesterday on social who was going in depth about more of this very, like, slow transition and kinda customizing your gender, and I started, like, digging into that and finding things that, kind of excited me of, like, just even simply, like, voice training
Yeah.
and wanting everybody
I would do
fucking
voice training with
right?
you.
Everybody fucking hates their voice, and well, not everybody, but, like, most
Lots of
people
people,
cringe
yeah.
when they hear their voice, and that is one thing that, if I could customize when everyone's like, likes to see into the like little glass magic ball of like, what's Kirby going to do next? I swear they're going to transition to a man. When people have those thoughts, and it's like, whether I do that or not, which that's not part of my journey. but there are things that I would like to fine tune, just like when you're
And
exercising
I
and
think
working
that
out.
goes for everyone,
Yeah.
whether it has to do with your gender or your identity or your sexuality or whatever it might be. That goes for everyone. Everyone fine tunes their bodies in some type of way.
Right. Whether you're like
Whether you
plumping
go
your
get your nails
lips
done on
or like,
Fridays, it doesn't matter. Some
yeah.
people's are more dramatic and drastic than others, some are quicker than others.
Yep.
It's such a huge spectrum of what and when and how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did I answer both? I feel like I'm not sure if I answered.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. All right. What's my next question? Okay. Do you have any fears?
Um, uh, no, I wouldn't say that I have any fear. Okay, yes, that's a lie. I guess I do have a few fears. Mainly, I don't want you to fall into any kind of depression. So that's one thing that crosses my mind. And sometimes I'm
Like
like,
seasonal depression or
no,
just like
well,
surgery or like
okay, so I think it
all
all
of
has
the
to do with
above?
timing. And I think I told you this over a text the other day where it's like seasonal depression is common for you. That's not something that you haven't experienced in the past. And the date in which you're getting the surgery is right into the colder, more depressing months
Mhm.
that you oftentimes already struggle through. So, yes, like doubling down on being stuck at home, which is something you hate. You love having plans and being outside and being in the sun and all of the things. So, yeah, cold, dark, dreary, alone in a big house by yourself again. Yeah, I get a
Yeah.
little bit nervous about that, just like making sure I'm doing everything that I can, or like even pulling in resources if I need to like keep you at a good place mentally, even if it's, you know,
But, like, how are you gonna take like, I guess, like, hearing all of this and you're so and I love it. I love how much you care and want to protect me and make sure I'm okay. What are you like, what are things that you're going to do to also make sure that you're not slipping into a depression while I'm, like, in a space where I might not be able to do a lot of the things that we do together?
I'm gonna be so honest, I haven't thought about that at all.
But, like, that's what I wanna point
I
out is, like, that's something like, you matter too. It's not
yeah.
just me in this, like, you matter. Like, even like, you have to be taking care of yourself before you can take care of me.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm okay. Like I don't need anything extra right now. So I think it personally, I think sometimes like depending on what the situation is in a relationship, like my stuff kind of gets put on pause for a minute when there's big things happening
But your
to your
stuff always
person.
but you understand, like, your stuff always gets put on pause. Like, you are a natural, like, "Let me take care of everybody else first, and then I'll feed myself
Are you
last," kind
referring
of.
to like mother, like being a mom and all
Yeah,
yeah.
like, I'm just, referring to everything, and, like, I recognize that as a mother too, and so I
Yeah.
wanna make sure that you're like, we're talking about, like, things to help you too because,
What
like,
would you suggest?
I would suggest stepping away from it, not consuming your every thought and every day around
Being a caretaker?
being a caretaker, and Kirby's in bed, not able to do the things that they typically do, and I have to stay by their side. Now I know
Is it
they're
gonna make you sad if I go do things while you're
no.
stuck in bed?
No, like, a lot of times you have to remember, like, when people are sick or when people are recovering, the feeling that somebody else is waiting for them to get better is also challenging too because you
Almost
like
makes you feel like you gotta be fast and
yeah, like,
quick
you don't wanna
and
feel,
yeah,
like, super, like, you know,
like you're holding someone
worthless
down.
next to
Yeah, yeah,
somebody,
yeah, I
and
get
so,
it.
like yeah, like, I would still, like remember that one day you needed, like, a mental health day, and I sent you on, like, a scavenger hunt
Mhm,
just by yourself,
mhm,
and I didn't wanna just say, like, "Go find something to do," so I made it fun, and I was like, "I want you to go to this location, here's the address, go here," and it was that art and craft store,
mhm.
and you went shopping and you found some new things and then it was like now I want you to go to the beach and sketch and journal and you like stopped what you were like your day to day and you
That was
did
a
that.
good day.
That was a good day and you were all by yourself and you did it and you still were able to share it with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So plan me a couple days before you have your surgery, okay?
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I'll do 'em.
Okay. Good.
I'll take care of myself, I will.
Good.
But yeah, I think I mean, I fear sometimes how like, I do need to find something to do while you're in surgery, I think.
Mhm.
Like and I don't mean, like, go anywhere because 'cause I'll stay there, but just, like, someone to distract me or
Mhm.
something to I don't know what that is yet, but
Yeah.
If you're listening and you're one of my friends, call me on November 13th at approximately 9 AM. I don't know what
No,
time
like,
your
I think the
thing is.
surgery is in the afternoon, actually.
Okay, well, stay tuned. If you don't normally get a call from me and I call you randomly, pick up.
Yeah, I think, it's just as important for you to have a support group, that you can lean on because, like, we have been, like, just the 2 of us for
Mhm.
so long now, and our circle is a lot smaller in person, like, publicly, like, on social media, like, it's big, but that doesn't mean you have that same solid circle, like, behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, no, we don't.
So,
We're each other's best friends,
yeah.
for sure.
So, yeah, I wanna make sure that you're good,
Yeah.
'cause that's where my head is. A lot of times I'm like, "How are you?" Like, I'll heal. Like,
Yeah,
I wanna know, like, that you're good too.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good as long as you're good.
Okay. Next question.
Number 3, if you could sit down with your younger self, oh, this one's a deep one. Ready? Shake it out
Okay.
real quick. Get your head in a good
Okay.
place.
Shake it out.
If you could sit down with your younger self and have a conversation to prepare them for
Mm,
this part of your journey, what would you say? To little Kirby, who was
mhm.
uncomfortable in their skin.
Yes. I'm going back to and I think I've shared this story before, but, like, when I first was told I had to start wearing, like, training bra,
Uh-huh.
that moment, I was going to, like, a YMCA daycare, and, the counselor at the time, had a conversation with my mom that they were concerned that the boys were starting to notice that I was developing,
Oh, jeez.
'cause I was wearing white T-shirts, you guys. Um And I had my little bits, and that
Little
moment
bit.
and that
I have a
moment
dog named Little Bit.
really?
Yeah.
That's adorable. This story's about me, though, let's reel it back in.
Sorry.
Um, no, I think I would go back in that moment when I was being convinced and bribed almost to, um, put on layers in the sports bra, training bra, whatever. I would go back to that moment when I knew that's not what I wanted. That wasn't comfortable for me. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't need that. And I would go back to that person me at that time and say, like, you will get to a place in your life where you'll know that it's no longer about what other people think,
Mhm.
how you should look, how you should feel, but it'll be about exactly what you want to feel the best version of yourself, and you'll get there.
Mhm.
And, like, fuck all the other bullshit that comes your way because you're gonna get there. It's just gonna
Okay,
take a
so
lot of work.
now part 2 of the question, skip ahead 15 years to 30-year-old you or to,
Mm.
that
Mhm.
time frame in your life where, like, that was when you were stuck on kind of, like,
Presenting
presenting
my
yourself in a way for men
Mhm.
to, for
Yeah.
whatever reason that may be. So now talk to, at the time, her,
Yeah.
that version of
That
you.
version, yeah. So, that was a very, injured bird.
Mhm.
I wanted a lot of attention, and I wanted to be loved in a certain way that I was just not getting, and it was because I wasn't allowing myself to pour it into myself. I wasn't loving myself, and I would say to that 30-year-old version of me, that they're empty calories. They are never gonna fill me up. They are it's like I should've I should have known better, and I'm thankful that whatever it was, probably my children just at the time, but, like, kept me going because I was very reckless
Mhm.
during that time, and I had no respect for myself at all, and I feel like I gave every layer of myself to anyone that had their hand out or snatching it up, and I don't mean just, like, laying down sleeping with people, I just mean, like, just being in people's presence and the energy that I gave them, it was not a healthy version of myself, and it was a dark time, and a time that I really didn't care if I lived or, didn't.
Yeah.
And so, um, the attention it didn't last. It didn't last long. It didn't fill me up the way I thought it would.
Mhm.
And I think there's something different um when you can look at yourself and love yourself with no, Um, no added, just any outside, like, people saying like, "Oh, you look good. I
Like,
like."
no input from
Yeah, like, no
others?
input, like, no
Like, you don't
care,
need validation from anyone but
like, no
yourself.
validation.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I know that's why I'm in such a good place today is because I'm not craving it from anybody. I'm not, like, just I'm just happy to be here, you
Do you
know?
ever crave it from me?
I crave a lot of things from you. Yeah.
Okay, one last time frame. The Kirby that I met,
Mhm.
the freshly out, like, finally finding yourself, but you hadn't gotten to this point quite yet, but
Mhm.
you were headed that direction. What would you say to
To that
that
person.
version of yourself?
Um, Stop trying to check a box. Just stop trying to check a box. It's
Yeah.
like if you don't have to fit into any category. You can check multiple boxes. You can
Mhm.
check no box. You can,
You can check all the fucking
you can check
boxes.
all of the boxes. You can be every letter of the fucking alphabet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter and you don't have to waste energy and time explaining your reasoning why you identify a certain way for validate like the whole it goes back to like how people see you and the validation on um all of it. Yeah, I would say don't worry about checking that box. Like
It'd be nice if there just
slay queen.
it'd be nice if there just weren't boxes,
Yeah, I think
you know?
sometimes boxes and
Just put all the boxes
like
together and make one big
but like
box.
with anything it's like to better learn how about somebody, right? I get it. But this idea of gatekeeping, like you can't be this if you're this and you can't,
Yeah.
like understanding that everything is on a spectrum and sometimes we lean one way and sometimes we lean the other way and it doesn't always have to make sense to the people watching it.
Yeah. It's probably not gonna make sense to at least someone somewhere all the time. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter what you're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, I was still I was still just diving into my journey and discovering myself,
You were
and I
dabbling.
was, like, testing the waters in a lot of areas, right? And I was trying to find, like, who I fit in with and how, especially being, like, in my 40s coming out, like,
Yeah.
trying to, like, all of a sudden, like not all of a sudden, like, I've been wearing a hat backwards since I was, like, a little kid. So, like,
Right.
there were certain things that were just, like, part of my just who I am,
Mhm.
um, but completely ditching all, like, the femme clothes and knowing that, like, it just even if I could pull it off on a certain day, it still wasn't me. Like,
Yeah.
you have to, like, really allow yourself to feel the good feelings, like, when I would put on a button-up dress shirt, tuck it into a nice pair of slacks with
Mhm.
a belt, and had, like, more of, like, androgynous, like, masculine look, I felt on top of the world.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you think that that kind of crossover from, like, where you used to dress, which did have, like, a masculine presence to where you are now, even further than just how you dress, but, like, I guess that leap into masculinity even more so from when I met you till now, do you think that that was also how do I word it? Do you think maybe it was partially because of being in a relationship with a woman that you were able to fall more into
Yes.
that masculine role? Like, I hate saying this, but, like, imagine if you would have never come out, like, do you think you'd ever
Mhm.
be with a
Yeah.
man and still present yourself in such a masculine way? Like, I guess
I feel like yes, because even when I was with Tommy, like, I presented myself still in masculine ways, and we commonly would like, joke around and say, like,
about
that
how you dress the same,
like,
right.
or we dressed the same, or, like, he was the femme person in the relationship, and I was the masculine person, like, I'd be out in the garage working, and he'd be in the kitchen doing something,
Mhm.
right? Like but, like, I think for, like, us, we stripped away, like, these gender conforming roles and responsibilities of, like, "You're this, so you have to be here,"
Mhm.
and once we stripped those away, like, I just fell into comfort.
Yeah.
There was no longer, like, presenting. It
Mhm.
was just, like,
Yeah.
comfortable.
You're definitely more comfortable right now than I've ever seen you, and I've watched it progressively get just,
Yeah,
like,
from, like,
more and more
wearing makeup to
authentically
not wearing
you. Yeah.
makeup to,
Oh, all of it, yeah, everything.
Yeah, not showing my curves
When
off
I
as
first
much.
met you, you were still getting your toenails painted. I'm just saying.
I mean, I like a little polish every now and
No,
then.
you don't, not
Clear,
anymore.
clear polish, a little shine, a little shimmer.
Yeah? Let's go get pedicures soon.
Let's do it. What was
Your turn.
my question? What have you learned most so far since my journey has started with all of this? What have you learned the most?
Oof. Oh gosh. Um, I feel like I've learned everything. I don't feel like there's even anything that I can say I've learned the most. I feel like when you first started when you first brought it up and it was even like an idea, I had no prior knowledge, really. I guess I had some friends that had had top surgery. I had the very few videos that maybe came across my FYP. I had an idea of it all, but I had no real solid knowledge. I think with everything that we've been through together, like I enjoy learning things like that. Like
Mhm,
I don't like feeling ignorant towards a situation if it's something that is like directly involving me.
mm,
Um so obviously I tried to teach myself as much as I could and talk to you about it as much as I could, and I feel like now I know more than I probably ever really needed to. I think learning how to trust in what feels right, whether it be decision making regarding the surgery or the surgeon themselves, or the trust that even between you and I, like your person knows that this is what's best for them, and that like you have to trust the process even from where I'm standing on the outskirts, I guess.
mhm.
Um, knowing that I could trust your trust in that surgeon type of thing. Just
Yeah, whole
it's a
lot of
whole lot of
trust.
blind trust,
Yeah,
and
yep. I feel that. I'm trusting somebody to do something to me that's going to change me forever.
yeah, I've learned a lot of the really simple, if some people would call it simple, the realistic part of it. What are the materials that you need afterwards? What is it that you can expect or not expect?
Mhm.
I've watched videos of how to fucking apply scar cream after top surgery, like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
From the surface level stuff all the way to the mental side of stuff, I
Yeah.
guess.
I think that's great that you're taking the time to learn everything. And I think anybody that is, the partner that's supporting the person going through any type of, big change like this, a transition, um, you should be educating yourself and learning just as much. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like when a woman is pregnant and she wants so badly for the husband or the man in the situation to read the what to expect when
Prenatal
not
books.
or what to expect when expecting, or
Yeah.
like all of the little books, and they're like, read this, get on all these blog sites with me and watch this with me because your mind is so curious. And a lot of times it's like more so men like to compartmentalize and say like, I'll deal with that when the time comes. Like I'll
Right.
fix that when it's leaking, right? But or maybe
Or a
not.
few months later.
A few months later. But like from a woman's POV, I think like the nesting and the diving in and wanting to know how to care for somebody, like those are natural instincts.
Yeah.
And those are beautiful qualities to have. And that's what makes it such a great team.
Yeah. I think women, like to be prepared
Yeah.
too. Like, I don't wanna go into it feeling like, "Oh my god, what does this mean?" or "What do I do in this situation?"
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think that's a lot of why I didn't really have to insist because, I mean, you were on board with it, but I went to every single appointment and, like, even taking off work and demanding and yelling at doctors to let me in the fucking room, and, like, I
I
don't
love
want
that, by the way.
I don't want to ever be like, "Oh, yeah, I remember when I had no fucking idea what that meant, and then it turned into" like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I wanna be prepared,
Yeah.
so
It's
I've
great.
learned a lot. I've also learned that insurance is a total joke.
Yeah. We don't have enough time on the episode to go into
Specifically
to
corporate
the
insurance.
um the scam that health insurance is.
Bogus. Do you want the bonus question?
If we can get it done in 3 minutes, yes.
And I guess you have 3 minutes to answer.
Okay.
If any, in what ways do you think that this surgery will affect our relationship, and do you still struggle with fears surrounding how it might impact us negatively?
Okay. Let's break that into
In
let's
3 minutes,
let's break that
go.
into 2 things. 2 questions. The first one was,
If in any ways do you how do you think it'll affect our relationship? If there are any ways that
I think you're gonna, like, be so attracted to me, like, you're gonna just, like, rip my
oh,
shirts right off.
100%.
Um, I think it's going to allow us to reach a new level of comfort with each other. I think mentally, you avoid my chest.
Oh,
You
100%.
avoid my chest, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I avoid my chest, you know? Um,
I do that out of respect for the fact that you are uncomfortable with
yeah, and
feeling stuff on your chest.
so I think that's
And
going to
I'm glad you picked up on that.
I think that's going to unlock, a whole new, like,
Mhm.
you know, area for us
Yeah.
because I think it's going like
Imagine having like a no like off limits zone in
but
some
yeah,
ways
I don't
of
want
your
you to think it's
body.
off limits. It's not off limits, but, it's
No,
not
but in
like
some
it's
ways,
not like lighting me up inside either.
right.
So,
And then
yeah.
all of a sudden, like, the off limits was lifted and you were just like,
Yeah. I think, like,
yeah.
seeing me comfortable and happy and free is going to be, it's gonna be nothing but great for us.
Mhm. 'Kay, part 2 of the question.
What was part 2?
Do you still have any fear of it impacting us negatively? Because I know there was a short period of time that you
Yeah, I mean, my fear is, you know, when when we fall in these categories and we check these boxes and you're like, I'm a lesbian. And while, yes, I still consider myself a lesbian, I often call myself more queer. Um, I wonder sometimes, I think my biggest fear has been like, what if, like, as a lesbian, like, you like breast on a
boobies.
boobies, you want boobies in your face, and I can't give you boobies in your face.
Mhm.
So, like, there's the fear of like, oh my God, am I still going to be able to, um, be that person? But I've almost gotten past that because our relationship is not based on that at
Mhm.
all. And there are a lot of beautiful things that happen between us that have nothing to do with
Are.
that part of my body or your body.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, I'm just like, I think um you cannot predict how life is going to go. And I always go back to like watching my dad go through his surgery of
Mm,
having cancer, skin cancer, and had half of his face removed. And I shit you not, like that happened. And over the span of 8 months, I watched his face be removed.
mm,
And this is just an outer shell, you guys. This is like, there is so much more to the core of a person. And if you can only worry about like how somebody's features look like on the outside, especially one that is like covered up pretty much like
mhm.
95% of the time, um, like that's a problem. Like,
And I don't think you're loving your person right if you're only worried about the physical appearance, because to know that by changing the physical appearance, it can better who they are inside, which is what you should love the most, is like
get deeper to
their
the core.
core.
Yeah, get deeper to the core. And like, people's bodies change. Things
Mhm,
change and you have no control over that. And like that shit, like they will like the rug will be pulled out from under you the second you think life is so comfortable. It is not. It is not. And you need to embrace it and you need to find um other things than just the outer shell that light
mhm.
you up inside. And I think we are so far past that that I don't have those same fears that I used to. If anything, I think it's going to bring us even closer together.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's all, folks.
Yeah,
That's the
we'll
questionnaire.
keep checking in and sharing the like all things about the my top surgery and how we're handling it. I think
We will
obviously,
absolutely do an altered post-surgery questionnaire.
yeah. And I think probably, well, I'll be where I'm gonna be most comfortable sharing, like, all of the raw footage and behind the scenes stuff is gonna be Patreon. I think
Yeah,
while we've kind of stepped back and taken a little bit of break from Patreon, but we're still showing up here and there, I think I'm going to dive into it hard on Patreon and really share that side of it,
I think that's
for
great.
all of the people that are curious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll subscribe.
Will you? Like and subscribe.